Hi, this is a quick demo, hopefully, to set up a planetary interaction product. I'm going to try to set up synthetic oil on this planet that I'm orbiting now, Octanevi 6. So let's see how far we can get. First thing I'm going to do is view planetary production, which gives me this view. And I'm going to scan around a little bit because to make my product synthetic oil, I need ionic solutions and noble gas. So there's ionic solutions. You can play with these little sliders to get an idea of where the concentrated solutions are. And I want to put my command center roughly halfway between the best ionic solutions and the best noble gas. So it looks like somewhere around here is the place I'm going to put. I'm going to put it just there. So I've got one in my cargo hold. So if I click the build tab and drag that and drop it just there, that is, click submit, that's it built. So just so that there's absolutely no confusion about forgetting where my spaceship is, I'm going to dock it. So that will trundle off and go and dock itself now. So the first thing I want to do is I want to upgrade this a bit, which I do with that button, and I'm going to upgrade it upgrade it all the way to the maximum and submit. So that's the command center built and upgraded to the maximum that I can do. Now the next thing I want to do is to put it, that's it, it's just docked, is to put a storage facility on it, which is that one, and I'm going to put that close to it, just there, and submit. And then I need to create a link, which is that one, create new, to there we go, and submit. And then I want some basic industry facilities. I'm going to put one there and one there and submit. And I'm going to create the links again to create a link to the storage facility on both sides and submit. And then I want the extractor control unit. So one will go here and one will go there. Submit. And again, create the links, create a link to here and create a link to there and submit. And then this one, I am going to start an extraction program, and I am going to choose for this one, I am going to choose noble gas, which is there, and I am going to click 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those, and I'm going to set that to about 6 hours for now, and then drag these little dots into the best I can find, and you can spend hours shuffling these around to get the optimum yields. So I'm just going to put them all in there just for now, just to get it rolling like that and start the extraction. Now that's now mining, but I need to route the product, and I'm always going to route my products to the storage unit, and I'll tell you why I do that in a bit. But first of all, I'm going to set this one to start harvesting noble gas in the same way. So where's noble gas? Oh, hang on, that was noble gas, wasn't it? That one's noble gas, so I don't want noble gas twice, I want ionic solutions. Ionic solutions, There we go, and I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those, and I'm going to scatter these into the best zone I can find, which is there. And again, I'm going to dial this up to about 6 hours and start the extraction on that one and route the products to the storage unit, which is there. So they're now both cooking. Well, I've left a mining head there, that doesn't matter, we'll come back to that later. They're both mining. Always set your products to go to your storage unit, because it is quite likely when you look at this that in the peaks here you will produce raw material faster than your industrial units can process it. If you don't set it to the storage unit and you set it directly to the factory unit, it will go to waste. So we've set that to go straight to the storage unit, and that will be quietly mining away, and you can see this little countdown ticker, and we'll come back to that in a few minutes. So at the moment this is flashing red because it's not doing anything. So that one is doing ionic solutions. So ionic solutions we will set in here. We want to make from ionic solutions electrolytes, and that we will submit, and that we will then create a route for those electrolytes to go to the storage unit. And likewise on this one, this is going to create oxygen, install that and create the route back to the storage unit and submit. So those now are waiting for products, waiting for resources, and then we are going to create an advanced industry facility, which will be there, and submit. And I need to create a link to my storage facility again, and that I am now going to set that to make synthetic oil and submit. And I am going to route the product here to the command center. So that's going to the command center and submit. Now, the reason I've set that to route to the command center is because you can launch from the command center. If I was going to import product onto here, I would put a launch pad in, but I'm not going to bring anything in here. This planet is only going to export stuff out. So what I'm going to do try to do now is I'm going to try to pause this if I can and see if I can resume in a few minutes when I've cooked some raw materials. So a few minutes pass and we're back in game, and these have cooked a little bit of stuff, ionic solutions and noble gas. So I now move those products to the first level processing units. Now this one wants ionic solutions, so I take the ionic solutions and I create a route to that, create the route and submit. And this one I move noble gas and create a route to that one and again submit. Now let's just have a look and see what's happening. In here I have got a little bit left over. If we had routed the product straight to the processing units, then that would have been wasted. So that will eventually fill up the storage unit. So this one is now producing electrolytes. It will take half an hour to produce 20 units, and that one is cooking, and again that one will take half an hour to produce 20 units. So we can sit back and wait and see. This one is flashing. Why is it flashing? It's because it now wants electrolytes and oxygen, which I haven't got yet. I've got to wait a whole cycle of these two, so I'll come back in half an hour. I'll see you in half an hour. See you in a bit. So half an hour has passed, and we should hopefully have in here a little bit of oxygen and a little bit of electrolytes. So if I now create my route for electrolytes into there and create the route and submit, and if I create the route for oxygen, create the route to the advanced and create the route and submit, then that's now gone yellow. It is cooking. Oh no, it's not cooking, it needs some more, so we'll have to wait another half an hour for it to create some more. Hey ho, but let's just have a quick look at what's going on in here, because what's going on in here is we're starting to build up surpluses of ionic solutions and noble gas, which is how it should be. But what I'm going to do is, while I'm here, I'm going to cheat a little bit, because these are set on a very short 6-hour cycle. So I'm going to stop that 6-hour cycle, and I'm going to leave it on ionic solutions, but I'm going to crank this up to 4 days. Now you can set it for as long as you like, but the first thing to notice when you set it for 4 days is these go a lot bigger, and we don't want them overlapping. If you overlap them, I don't know if you can see it up here, over there, that we lose a percentage of the yield. Now you can spend as long as you like dragging. Let's move that odd one back into the hot zone as well. You can spend hours and hours tweaking these around to get the absolute maximum yield and juggle these numbers here a little bit, but that's plenty. And then start the extraction, always hit the submit button, and then we'll do the same over here with the noble gas. We will stop that little extraction, we will crank this up to 4 days. Oops, a little bit clicky on the mouse there. 3 days, 4 days, there we go. And we'll shuffle them around a little bit and make sure that none of them are overlapping. Let's move those around a little bit, and we've got a bit of a range on these. Let's move those around. They're all about right. That one I could do with a bit better. That's over there, and then we'll start that extraction and hit the submit button, and that's running. And all we've got to do now is every day, every couple of days, whenever you like, the end product, which in this case is synthetic oil, we have routed to the command center, and then when we want to launch some, when there's some in here, you select that, add it to launch, hit the launch button, off it flies into space as a container that you can then zoom around and pick up, and your PI is now running. I choose a 4-day one for the resets because that's a reasonable balance between coming to it and clicking and resetting them and getting a reasonable harvest. So hopefully this has given you a bit of an intro into how to set up a reasonably efficient PI setup on a high-sec planet. More later. Have fun. Take care. See you soon. Bye.